Hi kids, today we're doing the bad and the boring. This was a tag video started by Lisa Lobotomy, and I have seen a lot of people do this, and I thought it was really cool. So let's do this tag. And if you're watching this, now you're tagged. So probably I'm the last person to do this, so I don't think that there's anyone left that hasn't done it. But if you haven't done it, do it now. I'll link everything down below, link her original video and stuff. Okay, so the first question is a foundation finish you don't like. This is going to be controversial, but I don't like dewy, glowy, you know, all this stuff that just looks sweaty. I mean, on me, that's what it looks like. Anytime I try to do something that's glowy and The worst mascara you have ever tried. It Cosmetics Superhero. That was terrible. I put it on my lashes. Instantly, my eyes burned and I thought I was going to die. One thing you tried once and then threw away. Wet n Wild Shadows. I don't know why I bought so many. I know why I bought so many, because they were cheap. And yet every time I put them on, just it's terrible. I mean, they just go all over your face, and it's just, and they don't stay on your eyes, and they just fade away into nothing. The most boring eyeshadow palette you own. Tarte Clay Play Palette. It is extremely boring. The packaging is really beautiful, but it is extremely boring. It's one of the reasons why I kept it, because it has nice transition shades, and I mean, it's just staple whatever, you know. If I need something, I can pull it in, but on its own, it is super boring. Have I used it on its own? Yeah. When I'm trying to do something subtle, like if I'm doing a bold lip, I might pull this out to do a boring eye look. Or if I'm going to do some graphic liner, which I very rarely have ever done, but if I do it, this is a nice boring palette. Boring is not always bad. So that's that. A makeup trend you think is boring and want to go away. Limited edition. Because, okay, limited edition. Because if it's like a Christmas palette, that means it's, you know, poorer quality, basically, with cute packaging. But a lot of times limited edition just merely means we're trying something out. If it's good, we'll make it permanent. So I get sick and tired of hearing limited edition. Most of the time, limited edition just means until people stop buying it. So, you know what else really irritates me? All these makeup channels get limited edition stuff, and then they sit there and go, oh, I really like it, but it's limited edition, so I'll get rid of it. It's really not limited edition. If it was a good product, they'd still have it around. The worst liquid lipstick you have ever tried. That's easy. The Physicians Formula Healthy Lip. I got the whole set. And they don't dry down. They get all over your teeth. They just smear and smudge everywhere. And that's not why I get a liquid lip. I get a liquid lip because I want it to dry down and stay. If I wanted something smeary, I would get a lip gloss. Anyways. is terrible. The other worst one that I ever got was AOA Studios from Shop Miss A. It was so horrible that I felt cheated of my $1. It was like, I want my $1 back. That's how bad it was. Just saying that. I don't know if I really count that as makeup because it obviously was some weird concoction of some chemical stuff that was colored, but I don't know if I'd consider it makeup. The color you think is the most boring one? Black. I think the color black is really boring. I use black eyeliner, I use black mascara, I use black eyeshadow, but it's like, technically, it's really super boring. I mean, it's like a staple that you use. It does its job. But a lot of times, if I want something to look really pretty or something, I'll use like a really dark plum color. Something like that, where it's like, it's a little bit different. And it does the same thing as the black would do, but it makes it just a little more interesting. There are more interesting dark colors out there that you can use instead of black. Do I use black? Yeah. I'm a pretty boring person though, so it doesn't surprise me that I use a lot of boring products. What brand do you think is coming out with the most boring things? Too Faced. I love Too Faced, don't get me wrong. Well, I don't know if I love them as much as I used to, but I have products by Too Faced that I really like. But I think a lot of their newer stuff in the past couple of years has been repackaged stuff that they had before with new, packaging, or they took something that they had before, like the spiced one. It's like, oh, let's make it more spicy, and like the gingerbread spice one, and put new packaging, or the whole Tutti Frutti thing. Nothing in that collection was interesting to me, not even the packaging. I just think that a lot of times when you buy their stuff, it's really similar, but with like a little dash of something new, but not new enough to make it a new product. I think their last good thing that I really liked was the gold chocolate bar, and that's it. It's like the last thing I think I bought from them even, because everything else has been boring and glittery. Which step in your makeup routine is the most boring? Highlighter. I know that's questionable, like highlighter, but I don't go for the big glittery highlighters. I just go on to make something a little bit more highlighted, but that's not as exciting as other things. Like, I find bronzer to be exciting. I really like bronzer. Blush is exciting. Highlighter is just, it's an accent thing for me. It's not a big deal. I have a couple of highlighters. If that's all I had forever, I would be just fine. I have textured skin. I have older skin. It doesn't need a lot of glitter and shiny, and no, just give me a nice little highlight here and there. If you had to choose between a good base and a bad eye look, or a bad base and a good eye look, which one would you choose? I would obviously go for a good base and a bad eye look, because I feel honestly that all of my eye looks are bad. I don't know. I'm just not very good at that. But I feel like if I have a good base, at least at a distance, I look good. So I just want to have good skin. As long as I look like I have good skin, I'm okay. As long as I look like, you know, if you stay a few feet away from me, it's like, oh, I look good. Okay, thanks. But the eye looks, yeah, I struggle with that in real life. So let's just make it real and say I would like a good face. So anyways, that is the 10 questions from Lisa Lobotomy in The Bad and the Boring. So I will link all of that down in the description below. And I'd love to see yours. If you haven't done it, please do it, because I've been enjoying watching all the tag videos that people have done. So hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!